Hello there, everybody. This is Mel Allen. Like it or not, it's time for baseball to face the music. Legends of the industry turn up on rare recordings from a special collection. Tune after tune spins out classic memories and melodies. In New York, a blues medley changes tempo when the Yankees get on the hit parade. And what a hit when this star rocker cuts loose with a blast of heavy metal. A former hero of the pop charts makes way for a new member of baseball's record makers. In fact, a whole new trio enters the history books. Symphonic accompaniment from the grandstands, where spectators break out with their own impromptu arrangements. So get a beat on every classical pratfall. Coming up on This Week in Baseball. Now, in our second decade.
My name is Mike Brown, and I watch This Week in Baseball because Mel Allen is my favorite recording star.
Star, spelled backwards, is Rats. American League scene. In New York, there's no telling which way the wind blows. It seemed the wind was blowing Boston's way when the rival Red Sox came to Yankee Stadium. Manager Lou Piniella in the opener couldn't bear to watch the early proceedings, which featured 9 Boston runs in the first 2 innings. By the 3rd inning, gone was Tommy John. And with Boston's ace Roger Clemens, it seemed gone too were Yankee hopes. But Dave Winfield sent this pitch long gone.
He smashes this one deep to right field. Say goodbye. Home run, Dave Winfield. And the Yankees are on the board. We've got a 9-3 ball game. Left field, this could be trouble down the line. It'll drop for a base hit. Easter scored. Pagliarulo scores. Ball skips away from Rice. And the runners move up the base. 2 more in. It's now a 9-6 ball game.
The Yankee avalanche prompted the departure of Roger Clemens. But as the Sox soon discovered, when troubles come, they come not as single spies, but in battalions. In the 3rd inning alone, the Yankees sent 15 men to the plate and scored 11 runs to take the lead. New York completed the comeback with a 10th inning win and went on to take the series 2 games out of 3. In Toronto, the Yankees continued to roll in their bid to take over first place. Don Mattingly got in on the bash early in Game 1.
And Mattingly takes it high and deep, right field. Grand slam time for Don Mattingly, and the Yankees clear the bases, put 4 more on the board, and we've got an 8-3 lead for New York.
And soon 11-4. But the Blue Jays launched their own offensive and scored 10 runs in 2 innings. Entering the top of the 8th, Toronto led 14-11 and figured to keep the Yankees in 2nd place. But with the bases loaded, here's Dave Winfield.
This is hit deep to left field. Look at this. Say goodbye. Grand slam home run for Dave Winfield. And the Yankees have come back. But 4 on the board. It is now 15-14. Whoa.
Whoa, indeed. A 3-game sweep and all alone in first with the best record in baseball. Meanwhile, in Oakland, the A's are in the swing with their dreamy new slugger. Hey, could that be Cinderella slipper fitting Oakland with the key to success? Or has rookie Mark McGwire, the new Prince of Power, brought the magic potion? Well, in sparking the A's to a recent resurgence, McGwire hit 5 homers in 2 games alone. And with 28 altogether, he's well on a pace to break the league rookie mark of 37.
I'm a line drive hitter. I can't explain about the home runs. It's just when you're a line drive hitter, you get that rotation on the ball that sometimes it leaves the ballpark. But I don't do anything special. I just go up there and try to be aggressive every at bat, see the ball, hit the ball, and let it take its course.
I think when Mark came up last year, everybody knew that the guy had power and that he was a hitter. I mean, everybody on our club knew that he could hit in the big leagues right now, but nobody expected him to come on like he has. And it's just exciting to have him on our ball club and to see what he's going to do next.
Right fielder Mike Davis didn't have much pop when he arrived in the majors 7 years ago, but he hit 43 homers in his last 2 seasons, now has 17, a power surge which he attributes in large part to Oakland's former manager.
Billy Martin kind of changed my game when I came up under him in the A's, well, in this organization. He told me that I couldn't help the Oakland A's ball club in 1980 by hitting the ball to left field and up the middle, because I basically was a line drive hitter at the time. So we made a couple adjustments to start pulling the ball. And doing that, my average went down, and I started hitting the ball a little further, mixed in a couple home runs, and it turned into be a lot of fun. And now I believe my game is starting to come together where I could help this ball club put some W's on the board.
Mike Davis seems to be quietly putting together a year. You look at his numbers. I mean, they're outstanding numbers, and he's usually been a second-half player. So he's a guy, as far as raw ability, compares with anybody, and he's putting together a heck of a year.
So is Kurt Young. Besides 9 wins and a nifty ERA, he's providing his share of strikeouts, a big reason the A's much-improved pitching staff ranks 3rd in the league in strikeouts. Of course, when Young runs out of steam in the late innings, Tony La Russa calls on his trusty reliever and principal savior. Jay Howell, that is. With 14 saves, he looks well on the mend from a sore arm that sidelined him much of last year. As for the oncoming A's, back in contention, sound as can be. But watch out, say the Angels. Somebody may be gaining on you. What's shaking with the Angels these days? Well, for one thing, a winning spree that featured 8 straight brought California back into the race. Some may wonder if manager Gene Mauch and company have a guardian angel in their midst. True, things have been falling into place for California, but there's a reasonable explanation, namely Wally Joyner. After an outstanding rookie season, Joyner is dabbling in the extraordinary again. 18 homers and 64 RBIs, both among league leaders. No such good cheer from a beleaguered pitching staff. Still, Gene Mauch has gotten sweet relief from rookie Dwayne Bice, who spent 10 years in the minors before coming up at age 29. Bice has been a big contributor to the bullpen, thanks in large part to his role model Louis Tiant, who had just the style and substance Bice was looking for.
I started doing it in 1978, my fastball's pretty straight, and I just wanted a little deception, and figured by not looking at the hitter, I know I wouldn't want to bat off a guy hitting looking where he's throwing, so I just figured the hitter would feel the same way.
Greg Moon Minton feels right at home since joining the team in early June. 3 saves and an ERA under 1. So if the Angels continue to work small miracles, well, maybe they won't fall back to earth. Time for this week's quiz, brought to you by the 1988 Chevy full-size pickup from the heartbeat of America, today's Chevy trucks. 17-year veteran George Hendrick, now of the Angels, came off the bench to help manager Gene Mauch and company beat the White Sox. He delivered a home run, his 261st, and the first ever as a pinch hitter. Now, who holds the all-time record for pinch hit home runs? Tell you this guy got around. Presenting Warner Fussell as we smile a while with the Fussell File, looking at baseball's #1 record holder.
Mel, he's the king of baseball records and owns more records than any player in baseball history. No, it's not Babe Ruth. It's not Ty Cobb. It's not Hank Aaron, and it's not Pete Rose. This jukebox and hundreds of baseball records are stored away in the New Jersey home of baseball record collector Mike Brown.
I have somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,000 different records right now. These include old Broadway shows, things as simple as Damn Yankees and Charlie Brown stuff, public service announcements by many, many ball players, and of course records about ball players, records by ball players, and then just general records about baseball.
Mike's collection started with sheet music, which includes the Baseball Polka from 1867, But even then, a strike was a strike. George M. Cohan even had time for baseball music. There's music from Rawhide, the cowboy movie starring Lou Gehrig. There's music about fans, their favorite teams, and the teams that finished in first place.
Oh, I was certain when I started that I'd find the 100, 150 records that existed. And I was rather shocked when I found out that even after I found 950,000 of them, there's probably just as many out there that I'm not even aware of. And I think I have the largest collection in the country.
There's even an album of Mickey Mantle's favorite hits. And you can also crank up the jukebox for another Yankee great.
He'll live in baseball's Hall of Fame.
There's another Hall of Famer and New York center fielder also favored in song.
Say who? Say Willie. Say hey. Say who? Swinging at the plate. Say hey. Say who? Say Willie. That giant kid is great.
The rarest record I have is the Fightin' Phils. This was a record issued to Papa Gene Kelly, who was the sportscaster for the Phillies when the Phillies won the pennant in 1950, when they beat the Dodgers in the last game of the season. And this particular record not only has the last inning of the game, but has all the locker room talk. And it's just a great piece, and I consider it the rarest piece I have. I don't think there are more than 8 or 10 copies of this one around.
Another classic record features Babe and Lou, the Home Run Twins. And there's the not-so-classic. There are even picture discs, and they actually play. However, the wretched disco era certainly did no justice to Pete Rose.
The Charlie Hustle, the Charlie Hustle.
There are many treats in the Mike Brown collection, but the highlight has to be the music of Mel Allen.
There is nothing like a game, nothing in this world.
On that final note, back to the multi-talented Maestro Mel.
What a melody. And what a time at Shea Stadium when first place St. Louis showed up. Much ado in New York when the Cardinals came to town, and much ado from Ozzie Smith, who's been a heartier hitter since batting second this season. In the series opener, Smith continued on his 90 RBI pace by untying the score in the 11th inning, giving the Cardinals their 25th come-from-behind victory as they widened their lead at the top of the National League East. Next night, the Mets put their trust in their ace, Dwight Gooden. In issuing his customary brand of K-Power, Gooden, with 9 strikeouts, upped his record to 5-1. The score, though, was tied in the bottom of the 9th when Howard Johnson came up with 2 on. And Hojo brought down the house as the Mets brought down the Cardinals with a 3-2 win and went on to take the series 2-1. Next on the agenda, a look at 3 new Major League milestone makers. Don Baylor Jr. got a prized memento from his father and Red Sox DH Don Sr. The old man got hit by a pitch for the 244th time in his career, setting a Major League record. Now, the old mark belonged to second baseman Ron Hunt, who played with 5 teams in 12 seasons.
Didn't seem to bother me that much, even though sometimes I did get hit pretty good. I wasn't afraid of the ball, but I found out that it added a little something to the game for me offensively, and I bothered the pitchers to the point where my on-base percentage was a lot greater. So offensively, it helped me.
It sure did, but that's one painful record. And Steve Bedrosian of the Phillies has been bringing his share of pain to opposing batters. In fact, Bedrock is tied for most saves in the National League with 20. Also on a streak in which he's compiled 13 saves in 13 straight appearances. His 12th in a row came against the Pirates, giving Bedrock the Major League record that had been held by Sparky Lyle of the Yankees. Detroit's Darrell Evans reached the 2,000 hit plateau in style with this home run against Baltimore. A lofty milestone for the 19-year veteran, who credits much of his success to his father and to Hall of Famer Eddie Matthews.
He knew how to play the game and drilled me all the time on fundamentals, on the rules, everything growing up, and was such a big supporter of mine. As far as baseball-wise, I think Eddie Matthews probably had the biggest impact on me because he was there when I was growing up in baseball. When I first started with the Braves as a third baseman, and I guess both of us weren't very good when we started out. He hit me a lot of ground balls and really became a good friend and really taught me a lot about patience and how to act up here and all those things you have to grow up while you're playing.
Darrell's achievements would make any teacher proud. Now, let's check out the answer to this week's quiz. Cliff Johnson, who played on 7 different teams in 15 years, sort of had a knack for delivering in the pinch. With this home run against Baltimore in 1984, he set the Major League record for career pinch hit home runs with 19. Last year, as a member of the Blue Jays, Johnson raised his record total to 20, a cinch in the pinch. Foul ball, anyone? And I do mean anyone. Hey, well done. As you can see, you got to stay on your toes to make a truly grandstand play, like so. Another lesson, never underestimate the power of the bender. You see, when it comes to foul play, it becomes a question of to have and have not, and these fellows have not. More advice. Always be prepared because you never know when something may come your way. And when it does, a simple "I got it" will do. I said simple. Now, what not to do after catching a foul ball in the stands? Oh, no, there goes a priceless souvenir, lost forever. And speaking of forever, won't these miscues ever end? Now let's review the do's and don'ts. Do remember 'tis better to give than receive. Don't always take my advice. See what I mean? And see this, hocus pocus, keep your focus. Red hot plays that will amaze, starting with Philadelphia's Rick Shue. Atlanta Brave, Glenn Hubbard. Boston Red Soxer, Jim Rice. Rookie teammate, Todd Benzinger. Lloyd Mosby, Toronto. Los Angeles Dodgers, Steve Sachs. The Cardinals, Willie McGee. His magical teammate, Ozzie Smith. Toronto Blue Jays, Kelly Gruber, barehanded. Kevin Bass, Houston. Dan Gladden, Minnesota Twins. Milwaukee Brewers, Glenn Bragg. White Soxer, Ken Williams. Jeff Hamilton, Dodgers. And finally, Cincinnati's Eric Davis. Hey, well done, man. Now, this week in baseball's flashback, brought to you by Gatorade. Thirst aid for that deep down body thirst. September 25th, 1986. Houston is about to clinch the West Division flag as Cy Young Award winner Mike Scott clinches a spot in history.
Now the hitter is Will Clark. He's 0 for 3. Swinging a bouncer. This could be it. Davis runs to the bag. Game is over. No hitter. Astros win the championship. What a way to do it. Mike Scott has just thrown his first career no-hitter, and the Astros are the National League's champions of the West. Holy Toledo!
After about the first 3 innings, I think I went mostly with fastball and split finger, and it's the best split finger pitch I've had all year, I think. You know, I could start in the strike zone and dip it down out, or I could start it up a little high and get it for a called strike. And I haven't had command of that like I did tonight all year.
My first no-hitter was the second game I ever played as an Astro. Kenny Force threw one against the Braves. Nolan Ryan throws one in '81 as we go down the pennant drive. And now Mike Scott as we clinch the pennant on you know, what our pennant clinching day. And it's just unbelievable. You know, we had a 10-game lead. We were going to come in here and be happy and excited and everything, but this is beyond words.
Just before Scott no-hit the Giants, the second-place Reds won their game, keeping the magic number at 1. One more win for the title.
Actually, we went to the park hoping for the first time all year that Cincinnati would win so we could clinch the thing after we had won the game. It would have been a little, not disappointing, but it wouldn't have been as fun to be able to just go up to the park and know we'd won it and just go through the motions. So Cincinnati won the game earlier in the day, and, you know, we went to the park knowing that with a lot of people there that we could clinch it at home. So it happened at a good time for me.
The drama this day was spellbinding. Came to the 9th inning, one more out to go. It seemed everyone at the Astrodome had the jitters.
The last out of the game, you know, I just, as soon as he hit it, you know, I just was hoping that somebody would be there, and Glenn was camped right under it, and I ran to first and made sure that he took it himself. I didn't want him to flip it to me, and me bobble it going to first, and the next guy get a hit. I think for the next 10 minutes, I didn't even know where I was, but it was, without a doubt, the most exciting game I've ever been involved in.
And that's all for now, folks. But see you next week on This Week in Baseball.